My name is Karla Brewster, and I'm also a new council member, and I want to thank the voters of Flagstaff for, again, giving me an opportunity to serve you and having trust and faith that I will do a good job for you, which I hope to do. Politically, my philosophy was I felt a drive and a need to serve the community, and I'm not quite certain where that came from, except that I did work in an organization in Phoenix that was John C. Lincoln Hospital, where I worked for volunteer services. And I saw these people coming in week after week, day after day, serving particularly the hospital, and how dedicated they were and the amount of energy and time they spent. And so when we moved to Flagstaff 10 years ago, I got the real feel that I needed to serve the community in some way. So I started looking at what was available. And I looked at school board thinking, well, I'm a former teacher, I could run for school board. But having been a teacher, I'm thinking, well, the teachers there probably think, okay, you must have an agenda, because being a former teacher, you must have some inside scoop. And I decided that maybe that wasn't such a good idea to be able to do that, to put them on a spot like that if they had to vote for me for a school board issue. So then I started looking at city council, and then I found out that there were going to be 2 open seats. And of course, it's much easier to run for an open seat than it is an incumbent. I would never try to attempt to run against Al White, for sure. He's much too popular and good. So I decided to look at city council and investigate it. So I started going to meetings, both the study sessions and the actual council meetings, learning the issues and the challenges facing Flagstaff, and I just really became almost entrapped with the fascination that maybe as an individual I might be able to serve the community in that way. And having been involved in some grassroots organizations here in town, I really feel that the council is grassroots government at its best and its local level. This is where you as a voter has the most influence in making decisions for your own community. So I threw my hat in the ring and decided to go forward with it. And I don't regret that, although I have questioned my sanity since then. Like, what have I got myself into? But hopefully it's a good thing, and I am looking forward to really working with the rest of the members on the council. But I was concerned about Flagstaff's future, its growth. We want to be able to keep the quality of life here, and say, well, what is that? Well, it's what we enjoy right now. You know, we enjoy the open spaces, we enjoy our trails. We do need economic development. We need to make sure we have a balance between things. So I think as a council we need to be very concerned about futures, affecting the future and making decisions for the future, having a vision, having a progressive vision about what we want Flagstaff to be 30, 40 years down the road. I also think that we need to be concerned about making decisions for Flagstaff as a whole, for the betterment of everybody. Again, citizens are so important, so is education. Many of the council members have already mentioned education. Being a former teacher, that's also a priority with me. What you spend at the lower level is way less than what you spend at the end of the cycle if someone gets in trouble with the courts and you end up sending them to prison. We really need to make education a priority, particularly at the young levels here. So I'm hoping to do the best I can for Flagstaff and make the best decisions for the good of all of Flagstaff. And also I would like input from people and from citizens, because that's where it comes from. I don't have all the answers. I'm sure individually we don't have all the answers. We have ideas, and we'll come together as a group to form our decisions. That's important, to be able to work together as a group and to make the best decision possible. So again, I thank you very much for voting for me.